Solutions is proud to invest in St. Mary's and proud to sponsor Rough Rider football. Think AMS, think logistics, done right. AMS is your complete supply chain solutions provider. Have electrical service needs? AMS can take care of that too. Call us at 419-300-1007 or visit us at AmericanMFGSolutions.com.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
You deserve it.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the 2021 football season of the St. Mary's Rough Riders here on Rider Nation Station. I'm Joe Hurlbert, and I'll be bringing you all the play-by-play action. And alongside me once again is Zach Farrell, bringing all the color commentary. Zach, tonight, the St. Mary's Rough Riders long road trip. We're here at London, Ohio. And if anybody wants to know where London, Ohio is, we're about 10, 12 miles south of I-70 between Springfield and Columbus. So it was a journey for the Rough Riders, but I think first-year head coach has this ball club ready to go.
Yeah, Bolus Field here in London, Ohio. About 2-hour drive from St. Mary's. Teams have been warming up now for, feels like an hour and a half. They wanted to make sure they got here early. And now we have both teams on the field. London about to run through a inflatable helmet there on the field. And St. Mary's already on the sidelines. I tell you what, Joe, no place you'd rather be than Friday night here in London, Ohio, about to watch the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Hope everybody back in St. Mary's is enjoying it, and all around the world, Rider Nation.
Well, for first-year head coach Bo Fry, he's got his hands full tonight with the London Red Raiders. The Red Raiders come in from last year with a 6-3 record. They come in with an extremely senior-oriented team. Their offensive line comes in averaging somewhere around the vicinity of 239 pounds. They are led, really, the player we'll be keeping our eye on tonight is Isaiah Jones. He's a 6'3", 220-pound senior. He'll go both ways. He'll play offense at tight end, but really his position that really he excels at is inside linebacker, and he is really a Division I commit to Indiana University, where he'll be moving on to playing D1 football next year. So we'll keep an eye on Isaiah Jones this year.
Yeah, number 16, 6'3", 220 pounds. Really pops off the film when you're watching. Always around the ball on defense, making lots of tackles. Led their conference in tackles last year, and like you said, IU commit. So D1 player there, but we've at St. Mary's we've played lots of D1 commits before, and
absolutely
taking care of them. So going to be a tough night for Rough Riders, but I think they're going to get it done.
And it's an extremely warm night here in London, Ohio. I think somewhere around 84, 85 degrees. Right now the sun is behind the clouds, so it's cooled off a little bit, but it's going to get hot down on the field. London plays in the Central Buckeye Conference. Well, last year they went 5-1. They lost in the regular season to Jonathan Alder, and then in the playoffs they also lost to Jonathan Alder. Last year, their returning running back, Antoine Burns, carried the football 131 times for 916 yards. He had 12 touchdowns. He averages about 157 yards per game. So we'll keep an eye on him throughout the course of the night. So it should be a good one. The Rough Riders have elected to receive the football, and this kickoff is brought to you by Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance. Be a legend. Insure your life. See Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance in St. Mary's.
Always interesting to see these kick returns early in the season because they don't get a chance to go over to do kick returns during the scrimmages. Of course, St. Mary's fans know that this is always a strength of our team, running back a couple of these kickoffs a year. Be a great way to start the season.
Back to return the kickoff for the St. Mary's Rough Riders is senior Tanner Howe and Braden Sullivan. So we're just about ready to get things underway here from Bolus Field in London, Ohio. Joe Hurlbert, Zach Farrell, Rider Nation Station. Sit back, enjoy. Here's the kickoff to start the 2021 season, and Sullivan will have it at the 15. Makes a move, gets it to the 20, to the 25-yard line where he is brought down, so the Rough Riders will set up shop. Their first series of the 2021 campaign, and they are led at quarterback by returning starter Gavin Reinecke.
Defensively for London, you're going to see a team that looks a lot like Wapak. I was looking through the history. I can't see that St. Mary's has ever played London before. So to give you an idea, London's going to look a little bit like Wapak on defense and a little bit like OG on offense.
Reinecke will turn. He'll give the ball to Tanner Howe. He'll sweep to the right, and he'll make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Basically, London runs like a 3-3 scheme of defense where they'll run 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 4 men in the secondary.
Right, and of course against us, they'll be stacking the box a lot with those secondary men.
On the carry is number 20 is Ross Henshin.
Well, so far, bread and butter for St. Mary's, and Bo Fry's first series as head coach. Sweep to the right, trap up the middle. But London, some big bodies up front, able to get ahead on it.
Reinecke will bring him to the line of scrimmage. He's going to throw the football. He's being rushed from behind, breaks a tackle, and he'll be short of the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Reinecke, some pretty good fakes, but had a man right in his face right away, unable to step up and even have a chance to throw it.
So in to do the punting for the St. Mary's Rough Riders is Brandon Bowers. He was a first-team All-League punter last year. He's got a leg on him.
All right.
He kind of shanks that one off the side of the foot, gets past the 50, and it rolls in St. Mary's favor, and it's going to be stopped at about the 37-yard line of the Red Raiders. So the first time we'll see the London Red Raiders on offense, they are led by quarterback Dylan Combs, a 6'2", 190-pound junior. In the backfield, you'll see Aiden Cooper, a 6', 182-pound senior, and Tim Siegel, a 6'3", 180-pound junior. As I mentioned, the offensive line averages around 239 pounds.
We'll see a lot of pistol formation from London. Also, they'll like to get up in the I formation and run a lot of options out of that I.
Combs flushed out of the pocket, and the pass is complete to Isaiah Jones. We gave him a gain of about 2 on the play, so we'll call it 2nd down and 8.
From watching film, I wasn't too impressed with London's passing game, but their running back does have some nice ability to break tackles. So it'll be interesting to see if he starts getting on a roll, if they can throw some over the top.
Dylan Combs drops straight back. He's being flushed, and he's going to run out of bounds. Good job there by Tanner Howe. We've got a flag on the play. It's a Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law.
Probably going to be hold. Yep.
Penalty. For all your legal needs, see Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law, at 216-225-9181. So the holding call will push the Red Raiders back, and they will find themselves with a second down and 27 yards to go. Combs in the shotgun. He's going to throw it back. It's kind of like his middle screen to Jones, and he's stopped immediately by the Rough Rider defense. Tanner Howell's in on the stop. Also number 52 for the Rough Riders is in on the play. That's Stosh Patterson. And we've got another penalty on the play. And they're picking it up. So they're going to waive the penalty up, and they're going to give him the gain.
Yeah, it looks like they said flag was for a illegal man downfield, but since the pass was behind the line of scrimmage, they picked it up.
9 minutes, 40 seconds remaining on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Here at Bolas Field, Joe Hurlbert, Zach Farrell, Rider Nation Station. Glad to have you aboard.
That'll be a play we'll have to star for Mark Cisco to give us a rundown on the mechanics on that this week in the rules of the game segment.
Combs fakes the handoff across the middle. Ball is knocked away by Tanner Howell. Good job. Pass was intended for Isaiah Jones. And it will bring up a 4th and long for the Red Raiders, and they'll bring in the punting unit.
Whew, that was very nearly a pick six.
Absolutely.
Tanner Howell saw that coming the whole way. Excellent instincts by Tanner Howell, as usual. Coach Fry, Coach Bowe talked to me this week about they're going to move Tanner Howell all over the field on defense.
Sullivan with the return on about the 25, and we got a block in the back by number 14 for the St. Mary's Rough Riders. The guilty party is Jamal Kessler. So the block in the back will move the Rough Riders back toward the Red Raider goal line, and it'll be 1st and 10. Want to remind everybody that the big Ralph Ryder replay this year will be between the 1st and 2nd quarters. Also brand new this year is Rough Rider Trivia, where we'll be asking our viewers a Rough Rider Trivia question, and then we will be giving you the answer in the 3rd quarter, and the winner of that will receive a large 2-item pizza from Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub in St. Mary's. So stick around and listen for Rough Rider Trivia. The question will be given sometime in the 2nd quarter. Rough Riders back out for the 2nd time. Right up the middle, I believe it was Ross Henson.
Thought there might be a false start call there, but must have been moving on the ball.
No, I think it was number 46.
Colton Mabry. That is a freshman. 5'10", 170 pounds.
So Colton Mabry gets his first varsity carry of his career. As Zach said, just a freshman. Henson on the pitch. Nice run. He'll get the ball out close to a 1st down. And one official says it is a 1st down, so they'll move the chains. So a nice run by Ross Henson.
Excellent adjustment there by St. Mary's, and the coaches saw something that they knew if they could get a quick pitch out there to the outside, they could take the edge. And Ross Henson is a great fullback to run that with because he's got some speed.
Reineke calls the signals and gives the ball to Henson, and 2nd effort gets him a couple of yards.
St. Mary's went out of their full house set that time. Usually what happens in that is they go on 1 and they get the play from the coach on the sideline. So coach up here in the box looks at it and says, okay, left side looks better, right side looks better. We're going to run it towards one of these.
Full house tee in the backfield. They're going to counter back with Tanner Howell. And the ball is picked up, and it's going to be 6 points the other way for the Red Raiders.
That's their quarterback,
That's number 10. That's Dylan Combs.
It might have been number 12, actually.
I'm looking at number 12. I don't see a number 12.
Looks like Richard Dotson Jr., senior. 6 foot, 181 pound senior from London. Opportunistic play there. Looked like a pretty nice counter setup for St. Mary's, and I don't know if the ball was just being carried high or just got knocked out, but unfortunate, unlucky. Looked like St. Mary's was really moving.
Point after touchdown is good, and the score on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard with 7:38 remaining here in the first quarter. It's the Red Raiders of London 7, the St. Mary's Rough Riders nothing. We'll take a break. We'll come right back.
Deserve to hear, and those around you deserve to be heard. It's not just about your hearing, it's about your total health. Auglaize Audiology, located at 208 Defiance Street in Wapakoneta and 671 North Vandemark in Sydney. Make your appointment online at auglaizeaudiology.com.
Auglaize Equipment Rental is your source for all your equipment needs. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a project, we can help get the job done more efficiently. Check us out at 1900 Salina Road or auglaizeequipmentrental.com or just call 419-394-7883. Auglaize Equipment Rental.
Alrighty, we are back to Bolus Field here in London, Ohio. The score on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard is the Red Raiders 7, St. Mary's nothing, as they capitalized on a fumble by Tanner Howell, who is now back to receive the kickoff, which is brought to you by Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance in St. Mary's. Kick will go to Braden Sullivan. He'll get it at about the 8-yard line to 25, to the 30, to the 40. All ball's loose on the ground, but he recovers it. So good return by Sullivan.
Whew. Great return. Very close to breaking that one longer, and very close to it being a disaster fumble at the end there.
Well, I'm not so sure that would have been a fumble because the ground can't cause a fumble, and that's how the ball popped out after he hit the ground. So, but fortunately he recovered it. We don't have to worry about it, and the Rough Riders will set up shop. Their third possession of the ball game, 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Gavin Reineke, the quarterback. Dive on the left side by Tanner Howell. Tanner will pick up about 3. We'll call it 2nd down and 7.
Coaches wanted to get that ball back into Tanner Howell's hands real quick. Say, it's all right, you fumbled there. We're going to give it right back to you, give you a chance to make up for it. Don't let him think about it too long.
46 is the ball carrier.
Colton Mabry. We're going to have to get used to that number.
Yeah, exactly. Good run by the freshman.
Of course, you or I could have run that through that hole. There was nobody touching him.
You maybe, not me. 1st down and 10 for the Rough Riders in Red Raider territory. Tanner Howell with the carry on the counter, and he'll get to the 30-yard line. Good gain by the Rough Riders. Good blocking up front. Let's give kudos where kudos is due. Up front is Caleb Miller. Stosh Patterson at left guard. Chase Jacobs back at center. Ryan Davis back at right guard. Brandon Saylor at right tackle. And Ryan Meyer is your tight end. Ross Henchen on the carry. We'll give him a gain of a couple.
Coach Bo talked a lot about, we talked about the strength of this offense. Certainly up front, those inside center and guards have some of the most experience, but you got a senior quarterback now that's played 3 years, and you've got a whole stable of backs.
Yep. Rough Riders try to go off the left side, and no gain.
Yeah, so far inside has not been a good place to run. We can see from that London defensive line that they got some size as well.
So we'll call it 4th down and a long 3 for the Rough Riders. Gavin Reinecke at quarterback. Steps, 2-step drop. He'll throw it to Tanner Howe. That's going to be good for a 1st down for St. Mary's. Good call by the offense.
How about that? A 4th and 3 from St. Mary's and
they throw it.
Nice little 4-yard stop.
Absolutely.
That shows a lot of confidence in your quarterback and your wide receiver, Tanner Howe.
Well, apparently they don't like the play or didn't get it all. They come back to the huddle. The Riders break huddle. Chases Jacobs over the football. Reinecke. He's going to throw
wide
it.
Open.
Oh, he's got a guy wide open. Oh, no.
Oh.
Pass was intended for number 45, Braden Sullivan.
Whew.
Went right off his hands, but he was open. He was open.
Saw them run that similar play in the scrimmage, and unfortunately Reinecke overthrew him in the scrimmage as well. But that time, not an awful throw. He was wide open for a second, but there was a defender coming in there, and I think that may have screwed up the throw a little bit at the end.
Tanner Howe in motion will quick pitch it over to Mabry. Mabry gets the corner, and good gain by the freshman. We'll give him a gain of about 6 on the play. We'll call it 3rd down and a long 4.
So far, London really sitting inside on all inside runs, and St. Mary's looking for ways that they can find the edge to the outside or go over the top with a pass.
Tanner Howell on the sweep. Nope, he's going to be stopped.
54, Thad Huff, senior, 6-foot senior, 231 pounds, taking a nice angle inside to stop that run.
So it'll be 4th down, and we'll call it 6. The ball is on the 19-yard line. And Brandon Bowers will be in, I believe, to try a field goal. This will be of about 35 yards. He's got enough foot to it, and it's good. Nice kick by Bowers, and the Rough Riders are on the board with 3:31 remaining here in the first quarter on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. It's the Red Raiders 7, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 3. Back with the Rough Rider kick right after this.
Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
Let Prudential Advisors help you tackle your financial challenges. Call Denny Louth, Financial Advisory, and Kelsey Burke, Financial Planner, at 419-394-8879.
Say what? All righty, we welcome you back to Bowles Field, where the Rough Riders have just scored on a 35-yard field goal by Brandon Bowers. This Rough Rider kickoff is being brought to you by Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance.
Run!
I think the return was number 11, I believe.
Yep, number 11.
Elijah Mitchell.
Good job of the St. Mary's kickoff team of staying in their lanes, getting good coverage down there, not letting him find a crease. Pretty good field position for St. Mary's.
Just 3:25 remaining here in the first quarter on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Dylan Combs, the quarterback for the London Red Raiders. In the backfield with him is Antoine Burns. He'll give the football to Burns. He'll try to cut back, and he shuffles his way for about 4 yards. So we'll call it 2nd down and 6. The ball will be placed at the Red Raider 26-yard line.
Thinking back to that field goal, Joe, that might have been good from 50. That was
Very well.
That was a great kick. Brandon Bowers is going to be a strength of this team for sure this year. There's been rumors that he's been to some kicking clinics and getting some looks by some colleges, so big strength.
Burns on the carry. Good job by the Rough Rider defense. We'll see who gets off the pile. Number 27 is Drew Dameyer. Also off the pile is number 32. That's Jace Schaefer. Both Dameyer and Schaefer are linebackers, both outside linebackers, one on each side, and in the middle will be Tanner Howe at linebacker. Of course, Tanner very versatile. He'll play some linebacker. You'll see him also drop back and play some D-back from time to time.
Right.
So it'll be third down. We'll call it 4 for the Red Raiders. Dylan Combs, the quarterback. He'll give the ball back to Antoine Burns. Burns breaks a couple of tackles, and he'll get enough for the first down. As he is tackled by Jace Schaefer.
Yeah, Burns really, when I was watching film, really concerned me. He's not overly speedy, but he's fast enough and he's small. He's able to stay behind the lineman and sort of pick his path.
Well, he's 5'7" and 183 pounds, and boy, he is built low to the ground.
Right. And he can break tackles.
Yes. Combs in the shotgun. It'll be a new set of downs for the Red Raiders. 1:20 remaining here in the first quarter on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. And it's Burns straight up the gut. He'll be close to a first down.
Well, the Rough Riders are sort of giving them those inside holes. They're lining up 4 down and only got maybe a guy playing half a shade on one of those inside holes. It really opens up the other side, and London's just saying, hey, if you're going to give it to us, we're going to try to pick it apart. Have to see some adjustment here from the defense.
Second down and 2. We're at 43 seconds and running. 10 seconds on the play clock.
It looks like their adjustment is they're bringing the linebacker right up there in the center, almost as a 5 front.
Combs in the gun. He's going to roll around. He faked to Burns. He's got nobody on the left side to throw to. He's going to take it himself, and he'll run out of bounds. But not after he's picked up the first down as he crossed the 50-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for the London Red Raiders. 24.9 seconds remaining on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Rough Riders trail 7-3. Nose of the football just shy of the 50-yard line. First and 10 for the Red Raiders. Burns going to sweep to the outside, breaks a tackle. They're still flushing. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. As the clock continues to run, that may be the end of the first quarter here at Bolus Field. With the score on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, the London Red Raiders 7, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 3. It's time now for our big Ralph Ryder replay, and it is being brought to you by Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub, home of the signature Big Ralph sub, pizza and calzone. Give them a call at 419-394-2244. Hope you enjoy this edition of the Big Ralph Ryder replay.
Nelson McMurray, the secondary, is arched right out of the eye. Rogers calls the signal. Hand the ball. No, looks to go throw it down the field. Picked off. It's picked off by Martell. He's to the 10. He cuts back. He is and touchdown. Martell for the score.
Alrighty, we hope you enjoyed that edition of the Big Ralph Ryder replay. Again, it's brought to you by Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub, home of the signature Big Ralph sub, pizza and calzone. give him a call at 419-394-2244. Zach, the statistics in the first quarter, it almost seemed like it pretty much evened out, even though time of possession may be on the side of the Red Raiders.
Actually, time of possession is actually on the side of the Rough Riders.
Really?
7 minutes for the Riders to 4 minutes to the Red Raiders. Really offensively, yardage is about the same for both sides. Just the fumble mistake and the run back by the Red Raiders really the only difference at this point.
I want to remind everybody that the Rough Rider trivia question will be given sometime here in the second quarter. And we'll explain how to respond to that question here in just a few. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Red Raiders. Ball in Rough Rider territory. Burns on the carry, spins away from a tackle and picks up the first down. And is brought down in the secondary by Keegan Sharp. I think Brandon Bowers was close to the football as well.
Yeah, Rough Riders have to find an answer for Burns. The problem is that you start putting too many men in the box and
they'll go over the top.
They're going to go over the top. That's right. Easier said than done, though, when your offensive line averages 230 pounds.
Dylan Combs goes under center, and he looked like he was going to option the football, but he pulled the football down. He gains a couple. Good pursuit by the Rough Rider defense.
They really like the option, London does, as basically their sweep.
Good job by Dylan Giesecke on the other side. Stosh Patterson ran it down as well from the backside. Some help by Keegan Sharp from the corner.
They'll run sort of a triple option where they'll fake it to the fullback and run with the halfback, but it doesn't seem to be really it doesn't seem to me that the quarterback is really reading it. It seems to be called ahead of time. It's either a fullback dive or an option already pre-called. And it looks like London's coming back out in that other eye formation.
We've got a timeout on the field with a score on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. The Red Raiders 7, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 3. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Mary's Eagles 767 is dedicated to promoting the general welfare of the citizens of St. Mary's by giving special attention to public improvements. They are also committed to helping meet the public needs and all that relates to the betterment, convenience, and comforts of the citizens of St. Mary's. For more information on how you can become a member, call 419-394-3257 or stop in during business hours at 404 East Spring Street in St. Mary's. St. Mary's Eagles, 767. People helping people.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish.
Alrighty, we're back at Bolas Field in London, Ohio. Joe Hurlbert alongside Zach Farrell. I want to remind everybody that our halftime sponsor is Hewer Renovating, your residential specialist. Call him at 419-394-8643 for all your home improvement needs. Thank Craig for being our halftime and post-game sponsor, so stick around for that. Zach will bring you all those statistics at halftime. Well, the gain on the play was
minimal.
Minimal, exactly. Very short, so we'll call it 3rd down and about 5. The ball is resting at the St. Mary's 33-yard line. Dylan Combs in the gun. He's got Antoine Burns behind him. He'll give it to Burns, and the Rough Rider defense stops him. As a matter of fact, they may have pushed him back about a half a yard or so, but good pursuit by the Rough Rider defense. Good pursuit up front by Dylan Giesecke, Braxton King, Carter Sharp, Stosh Patterson, and the linebackers Drew Dameyer and Tanner Howell.
Unfortunately, it looks like it's 4th down territory here for London. Going for it. Don't have somebody with quite the leg as Bowers. And not worth it to punt from here for them.
Well, I look for them to look for Isaiah Jones and some sort of out pattern. Jones is their tight end.
Lining up on the near side of the field there at tight end. And only 2 seconds left on the play clock.
And they barely get it off. Combs is being flushed out of the pocket. And he's going to be run out of bounds. Defense by the Rough Riders. I think they're going to call a penalty for a late hit, the way it looks like. But we're going to have to wait and see because a penalty flag is on the field.
I don't know about that. The contact was made with the player while he's inbounds, but
Correct.
I think it was just the extra shove as he was going out.
Well, it looks like the defense is coming back on the field for London, the Rough Rider offense. Good job by the Rough Rider D, as the London Red Raiders will turn the ball over on downs. Personal foul on the Rough Riders. It's a Dave Weilbacher penalty, sponsored by Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law. For all your legal needs, see Dave Weilbacher. Give him a call at 216-225-9181. So the penalty gives the ball to the St. Mary's Rough Riders, but the personal foul is going to be marched off against the Rough Riders, so that'll march them back 15 yards. So they'll have the ball at their own 19-yard line. Tanner Howe on the carry. He'll get the ball to just over the 25-yard line.
Nice traditional St. Mary's dive there.
Good push up front by the Rough Rider offensive line. Ryan Davis, Braden Saylor, Ryan Meyer. Under center is Reinecke. Give the ball to Mabry. Mabry to the 45, and he's run out of bounds. Nice run. We've got a flag on the play. We'll see what this one's all about.
On holding.
Yeah, holding call on the St. Mary's Rough Riders, so this will bring this back.
Watching it here on replay, I don't know. It's a tough call to make by the back judge that far.
It's Fowler TV Instant Replay. We want to thank those folks for sponsoring our instant replays throughout the course of the season. So a long run negated by Colton Mabry, where the freshman has been impressive here in his first varsity start.
Absolutely.
So it'll be second down. We'll call it 9 yards to go. The ball is on the Rough Rider 20-yard line. We've got a timeout on the field, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to keep it right here, and we're going to give you the Rough Rider trivia question. So here's how this is going to work. You can post your answer in the chat section or the comment section, whichever media you are watching tonight's game on. So if you're on Facebook, put it in the chat section. If you're on YouTube, put it down in the comments section. We will announce the winner in the third quarter, and the winner will receive one large two-topping pizza from Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub.
And it won't be the first person that puts it. Whoever puts the correct answer, we'll just pick somebody randomly from that group.
Right. So here's your question. How many Western Buckeye League championships have the Rough Riders won? How many WBL championships have the Riders won? Again, post your answer in the chat or comment section, whichever media you are watching tonight's ball game on. If you're watching us on Facebook, put it in the chat. If you're in the Rider Nation, or excuse me, if you're on YouTube, put it in the comments. So Colton Mabry on the carry picks up a couple of yards. So the Rough Riders are going to have to pull it up a little bit by the bootstraps and overcome that long run, which was negated by a holding penalty. So it's third down, and we're going to call it 7 yards for the Rough Riders. The ball is on the Rough Rider 22-yard line. Reinecke counter back to Mabry, and he's going to go nowhere. So, and that should bring in Brandon Bowers and the Rough Rider punt team.
Just too much penetration by the London defense there. sometimes you can catch them sleeping a little bit on those counters, but this team's a little bit too fundamentally sound to catch them on that tonight. So far.
Back to return the punt for the Red Raiders is Antoine Burns. Nice high punt by Brandon Bowers. Burns with it. He misses. Makes a Rough Rider player miss, but he is tackled by
Ryan Meyer.
Ryan Meyer hustling down on special teams. Also Stosh Patterson down there as well. So it's kind of been kind of like a boxing match. Two fighters just trying to feel each other out, waiting for somebody to make the big mistake or the punch. Of course, the Rough Riders did cough up a fumble, which resulted in the first 7 points, but that was scored by the Red Raider defense and not their offense. So,
yeah, unfortunately for St. Mary's, it's just been 1 step forward, 2 steps back with the penalties. Every time they seem to have a good play, having a holding penalty or a
Yep. Antoine Burns, the ball carrier for the Red Raiders. He picks up about 2 yards on the play. Good job by the left side of the defense for the Rough Riders. Giesecke, King, Drew Dameyer, Tanner Howe.
It's like an equipment timeout.
Don't put the ball there. The guy just threw up there.
Oh.
6:33 remaining here in the first half on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Your complete supply chain solutions provider for logistics and warehousing. Also, check out American Manufacturing Solutions Electrical Division, serving your electrical needs, service calls, repairs, remodels, new and home service changes. Check out American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Well, we've got a timeout on the field. We're going to take a break. We'll come back right after this.
TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be great for anyone.
Whenever
All righty, we welcome you back to Bowles Field in London, Ohio. Joe Hurlbert alongside Zach Farrell. Hope you're enjoying Rough Rider football on Rider Nation Station. Want to thank the American Legion Post 323 in St. Mary's. They'll be sponsoring our Rider Nation Station Rough Rider replay tomorrow, as we will replay tomorrow's ball game, and you can catch that on TSC. Again, thank you to American Legion Post 323.
Oh, that looks like holding there on the side.
Here comes Antoine Burns, and he's chased out of bounds after he gains about 6 yards on the play.
Thought number 50, Braxton King, was being held there on the end of the line. You kind of see him get spun there. But I guess was able to keep it inside, keep the hands inside, didn't get it caught on.
Again, thanks to Fowler TV for sponsoring our replays of tonight's ball game. Dylan Combs in the shotgun. Antoine Burns behind him. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking for somebody. Overthrows Isaiah Jones. Jones was open in the flat, but he was overthrown by the quarterback, and that'll bring up 4th down and about 4, and the Red Raiders will be forced to punt the football. And Isaiah Jones, 6'3", 220-pound senior Indiana University commit, will do the punting for the Rough Riders. Back to receive the punt for St. Mary's. Braden Sullivan and Tanner Howe. Howe. And he'll get the ball back to the Rough Rider 27-yard line, where St. Mary's will have the ball 1st and 10. Zach, what you ideally would like to see right now with 6:03 remaining on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard is the Rough Riders put a nice sustained drive, chew up a lot of clock, and put 6 points in the end zone.
Yeah, we need a nice classic St. Mary's drive right here. Chew up a lot of time. Don't give London a chance to respond. Just march down the field.
Reinecke forced out of the pocket to keep the ball. He just put it right up the middle and picked up good yardage. It's almost like a quarterback draw, if you will.
It really is.
There you see it on the replay.
Nice decision making there by the senior, Gavin Reinecke.
Brandon Bowers will go wide to the right. Gavin Reinecke under center. And they'll give the ball to Colton Mabry. And he'll get maybe a yard or two. The ball will be placed at the St. Mary's 35-yard line.
Nice attempt there for St. Mary's to shift to the left, hoping that London would also shift some of their players that way and run a off tackle to the right. Then.
Yep. Aiden Hinkle checks into the ball game. First time we've seen him tonight, I believe. Gives him a little bit more size at the halfback position. We'll see what happens. He's going to get the pitch. So Hinkle sweeps to the left, and he's not going to get anywhere. Good surge by the Red Raider defense. In on the tackle is number 52. And I have no idea who that might be. Number 52.
52 is Trent Tobin. Well, I like the call because we've seen some good fullback pitches tonight work, but I'm not sure if Aiden Hinkle's the right fullback for that. He's just a little bit bigger and more bruising.
Bowers punts away from Burns. But he'll pick it up on the hop. Gets to the 30. And oh my, what a hit. What a hit by number 27.
Drew Dammeyer.
Drew Dammeyer. And I'll tell you what, the helmet flew.
Drew Dammeyer was who got the late hit called on him, and he said, I'll make sure that way hit you in bounds.
We'll get him earlier this time.
That's kind of important for the London. He has to sit out a play now. Antoine Burns. London's coaches look like they're kind of having to readjust their play. They must have been calling for a run to him.
So in the backfield is number 40. Replaced Antoine Burns, who has to sit out a play.
Looks like Noah Solars, the freshman.
And he gets the ball and is tackled by Tanner Howe. Good read by Tanner. Just filled the hole, and we'll give him a gain of about 1 on the play. It'll be second down, and we're going to call it 9.
London says, we got a freshman running back too.
Exactly. 3:55 remaining here in the first half. On the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, Bowles Field is where we're at, London, Ohio.
Beautiful facility here, nice background with some rolling fields and water towers.
Dylan Combs launches one out, and it is picked off. It is picked off by Keegan Sharp. We're going to see if he caught it in bounds or not.
Oh, definitely. Wow.
I think they're going to say he caught it out of bounds, but and I don't know if we're going to be able to check this on a replay or not. Nonetheless, they're going to say that he caught the football out of bounds, so it'll give the ball back to the London Red Raiders. Third down and 9. The ball is spotted at their own 40-yard line. Dylan Combs, the quarterback, 6'2", 190-pound senior. He has Antoine Burns, the lone setback behind him. He's going to roll to the right, and he's going to throw it to Jones, and it's off his fingertips and falls incomplete. So that'll bring up fourth down. And it'll bring in a punting situation for the Red Raiders. Isaiah Jones, as I mentioned, will do the punting.
Legal man downfield called, and I assume St. Mary's is going to
I saw no flag. Did you see a flag?
Oh, there it is on the 40-yard line. Just
okay.
picked it up. I didn't see it, though.
Okay. Another Dave Weilbacher penalty. Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law for all your legal needs. See Dave Weilbacher. Give him a call, 216-225-9181. Sullivan and Howell back to receive the punt from Jones. It'll be Tanner Howell. Howell will cut to the right. He's got somebody on his shoulder, but he picks up good yardage, and he is tackled out of bounds, so it'll be the Rough Rider ball. 1st and 10, we'll call it at their own 38-yard line. So now would be a perfect time to do that long, sustained drive and chew up 3:14 on the clock and put 6 on the board.
Yeah, this offense given another shot here, but we have seen a couple series from them this year in the scrimmages where they've run a 2-minute offense, and it's looked very nice. Gavin Reineke looks very good rolling out. Be interesting to see if we get into that situation here or not.
Ross Henshin, we'll give him a gain of about 8 yards. Good job by the people up front. That would happen to be Chase Jacobs and also Stosh Patterson, the center and left guard, making the hole for Ross Henshin at fullback. Here comes Howell. Tanner, he'll pick up enough for the first down, and he'll get across the 50, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. Well, here we go. Clock is stopped while they move the chains. 2:40 remaining here in the first half on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Rough Riders trail 7-3, but they have the football. Mabry on the carry. And we'll give him a gain of about a yard, so we'll give him a gain of 2. We'll call it 2nd down and 8.
Offense trying to pick up the pace here a little bit. See, it's pretty typical of Bo Fry as offensive coordinator and now head coach. He likes to get a rhythm going with the offense.
Reineke's going to throw the football. Pass was intended for Ryan Meyer. It falls incomplete. He was covered pretty good by number 12.
Looks like Richard Dotson Jr., senior DB. But we have the Polecat.
Wow. Polecat formation. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Hello.
Wide open.
Hello. Nice job. Nice play. Nice pass to number 9. That's Reineke.
Let's watch this replay. Lonesome Polecat. London looked a little unprepared, and
as a matter of fact, I looked at it and said, Reineke caught the football. Who threw it?
Oh.
All on one side.
Threw it. He threw it.
Roughing the passer called.
Tanner Howell threw the football.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal. Roughing the passer.
Well, now the Rough Riders are deep into Red Raider territory. Their ball will be placed inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. We'll call it 1st and goal.
First time the Riders have been in striking distance tonight.
There's a sweep. We got a flag on the play. Howell heading for the corner. He's going to be stopped short. He's about the 1-yard line, but we got a flag on the play. What we got? Hold?
Going to be holding on St. Mary's.
We're going to move it back. The Rough Riders shoot themselves in the foot once again.
Looked like the maybe the right halfback grabbed his man and pulled him down by the feet there. Now, like I said, Joe, 1 step forward and 2 step backs tonight.
That penalty brought to you again by Dave Weilbacher, our attorney at law. He's our penalty sponsor throughout the year. For all your legal needs, see Dave at, or give him a call at 216-225-9181. So we're going to move the ball back. The ball will be placed at about the 18-yard line.
Tanner
Howell's a quarterback, and he's going to run it. He's just going to take it and run it to the left side, and he'll get out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock.
We saw this in the scrimmages. I think we're going to see this a lot this year. Tanner Howell lining up as a Wildcat quarterback. It's a very interesting, he ran it for about 60 yards against Beaver Creek down the sidelines.
1:39 remaining here in the first half. Ball is placed at the 14-yard line of the Red Raiders. Gavin Reinecke will go under center. And will turn. He's going to throw it back. Halfback pass. Oh, off the hands of Colton Mabry. Good defensive coverage there, but I'll tell you what. Look at the back, the throwback.
Right.
The throwback was wide open.
Had a couple open guys on the backside. It's tough to teach your halfback, though, to look for their second or third read.
Yeah, I get that.
I think we might maybe see another polecat, but maybe not.
Chase Jacobs out over the football at center. Ross Henson. Howe. Reinecke's going to throw the football. He's going to throw it to the corner. Pass is incomplete. Pass was intended for Bowers. So it'll bring up 4th down. And will they kick it or will they go for it? They got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Well, they got to score.
Right.
Because it's 4th down and goal at the 14-yard line. So Brandon Bowers will.
I think you got a lot of faith, though, in your defense tonight. They've shown they've been able to stop him. Oh, fake. Oh.
Reinecke brought the hold back up, and his pass was intended for, I believe, Ross Henson, and it falls incomplete. So the Rough Riders attempt a fake field goal.
Not a lot of, didn't really trick anybody on London's side.
Not at all.
Had a lot of guys out there in coverage. Might have been a better option to throw it to Ryan Meyer down the middle. Had a little bit more, was a little closer to the end zone. I think even if that would have been completed, it would have been a tough road to the end zone there.
1:24 remaining here in the first half at Bolus Field in London. Joe Hurlbert, Zach Farrell, Rider Nation Station, glad to have you along. Hope you're responding to our Rough Rider trivia question. Again, that Rough Rider trivia question was this: how many WBL championships have the Rough Riders won? Just post your answer in the comment section if you're watching on YouTube, and in the chat section if you're watching on Facebook. We'll give the ball carrier a gain of 4 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 6. We're under a minute at 50 seconds remaining on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Red Raiders seem not to be in too much of a hurry. Burns. He'll pick up the first down, so that'll stop the clock as they move the chains.
Joe, while they're moving the chains, I want to give a quick shout out to the St. Mary's High School Alumni Foundation. They're going to have a chicken dinner on Friday, October 8th from 4 to 6. It's going to be $8 a ticket, and they're pre-sale only. You can pick up your dinner at Memorial High School. Tickets are available from any FFA member, Minster Bank, and Effie's. Also, there will be a mega raffle for the Alumni Foundation. So Friday, October 8th, that's the Elida game at home. I know where we'll be, but hopefully we'll have some chicken dinners for us that night.
I think they're going to be satisfied and let the clock run out. There's 10 seconds on the play clock. There's 6 seconds on the game clock, so I think everybody's going to be satisfied. I'm sure the Rough Riders aren't satisfied with the 3 points they've had on their board. They've had opportunities here late in the first half to put 6 on the board. But again, as we've said earlier in the contest, they just keep shooting themselves in the foot. They move 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and the only score that has come in this contest has been on a defensive return of a fumble and a field goal by the Rough Riders. So we are at halftime with the score on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. It's the London Red Raiders 7, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 3. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with halftime and more right after this.
Pizzeria and Pub has partnered with Rider Nation Station this season so that every Friday night, Wineries can be Rough Rider Football Central. Guarneri's will be streaming Rough Rider football live every Friday night at 7, paired with your favorite Rider aid. Make sure to call and make your reservations now to ensure yourself a good seat. Call Guarneri's at 419-394-2244 and make your reservation today.
Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success, and supporter of the Rider Nation and St. Mary's community.
Since 1981, Plus One Professionals has serviced St. Mary's and the surrounding area and are ready to meet your real estate needs. They know the real estate market and can help you. Whether you're moving in, moving out, or around the area, Plus One Professionals are ready and eager to help you sell or buy your new home. They operate with the highest level of professionalism, expertise, and honesty as they help make your real estate dream a reality. Call Plus One Professionals at 419-394-7402 in St. Mary's today.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today.
Rider-Rooters is proud to be a sponsor of tonight's game. Rider-Rooters, for over 40 years, has helped provide financial support to our athletic teams. Now it's your turn to help Rider-Rooters. There are several leadership positions open that need filled immediately. If this message is speaking to you, please contact Athletic Director Jim Holman at 419-394-4312.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
Specman Automotive, with stores in St. Mary's and Wapakoneta, is your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Family run since 1960, Specman Automotive upholds the tradition of blending old-fashioned customer service with modern technology that the customers expect and deserve. Shop local. Shop Specman Automotive.
Unique Awards and Signs, here to take care of your signage, graphic award, and gift customization needs. From banners for your graduate or corporate sponsors to awards recognizing those dedicated employees or champion sport teams. Stop in at 1865 Salina Road or call us at 419-394-1612.
VFW 9289's mission is to honor all veterans, past, present, and future. Come on out on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider football. VFW 9289, a proud sponsor of Rider Nation Station.
Vogel's Bake Shop, making thousands of fresh donuts daily, open 7 days a week with stores in St. Mary's, Salina, and Walpock. Also now found in Wagner's IGA in New Bremen, Minster, and Fort Laramie.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us back here again at Bolus Field. The London Red Raiders and St. Mary's Rough Riders just finished a half of football with the Red Raiders up 7-3 at halftime. I'm Zach Farrell. Alongside me is Joe Hurlbert.
Well, before we get into the stats, Zach, I want to remind everybody that our halftime show is being brought to you by Hewer Renovating, your residential specialist. Give Craig a call at 419-394-8643 for all your home renovations needs. That's Hewer Renovating in St. Mary's. So you got the numbers?
Yeah, Joe, it's very even.
Yeah, I bet.
St. Mary's first down 6, London 4. St. Mary's total yards 118, London 69. St. Mary's passing 2 for 7, London 2 for 6. St. Mary's passing yards 36, London only 5. Rushing St. Mary's 25 attempts for 82 yards. London 15 attempts for 64 yards. Here's a big stat, though. St. Mary's 2 fumbles, 1 loss, 0 fumbles, 0 lost for London. Penalties, also another big stat. St. Mary's 4 penalties for 45 yards. London 2 penalties for 19 yards. St. Mary's third down conversions just 1 for 7, and London third down conversions 1 for 5. St. Mary's had 3 punts for 123 yards, and their longest being 45 yards. London had 3 punts for 113 yards, their longest being 43 yards. Average drive start for St. Mary's, 33-yard line. Average drive start for London, 31-yard line. Time of possession for St. Mary's, 11 minutes and 15 seconds, 11:15. And London, 12 minutes and 45 seconds. So about as equal as you're going to get from 2 teams on a halftime for team stats. Passing for St. Mary's, Tanner Howell, 1 completion for 31 yards. Gavin Reinecke, 1 completion for 5 yards. 2 attempts from Tanner and 5 attempts from Gavin Reinecke. Rushing for St. Mary's, Colton Mabry, your freshman, is your leading rusher at half in his debut game for the varsity level. Pretty impressive. 8 rushes, 37 yards, 19 yards being his longest. That's an average of 4.6 yards a rush. Tanner Howell, 8 rushes for 20 yards. A lot of tough yards there. And 2.5 yards a rush. Ross Henshin, 6 rushes for 21 yards, 3.5 yards of rush. That's just the top 3 for now. Receiving St. Mary's, Gavin Reinecke caught that 1 pass from Tanner Howell for 31 yards. And Tanner Howell had a reception himself, 1 reception for 5 yards. For London, passing Dylan Combs, 2 completions on 6 attempts for 5 yards. And rushing, Antoine Burns, 6 rushes for 55 yards, 11 being his longest. Dylan Combs, 3 rushes for 5 yards. So not much on the London side. Receiving for London, Isaiah Jones, 2 catches, thrown to 4 times for only 5 yards. So not really, a good game offensively, but a very good game if you're into watching 2 extremely good defenses. And I think St. Mary's defense has played a little bit stronger than London's. London's defense, though, has played very well against St. Mary's, but a lot of St. Mary's has stopped themselves on those drives with some bad penalties and, of course, the fumble.
I think you hit it right on the head, Zach, as far as Rough Riders, just the need to put some things together consistent and be consistent. Of course, they got the ball to start the football game, and, of course, unfortunate, Tanner Howell coughed the football up. It popped right up, and the only touchdown of the ball game was scored as the Red Raider defensive player took it in for 6 points. Other than that, that's about it. And then, of course, the 35-yard field goal by Brandon Bowers. It's almost like it's like a boxing match. They're still trying to feel each other out. The Rough Riders have moved the football, but again, a penalty or a turnover. Well, the only turnover they had was the fumble. They just shoot themselves in the foot. So I think Coach Bo at halftime is going to have a talk with his ball club to just say, hey, stay focused. I think sometimes they lose their focus, and I think sometimes penalties, like holding penalties, it's sometimes mental.
Yeah.
They just gotta get over the mental aspect of the game and eliminate those mental mistakes. And I think they're playing good football. Now, keep in mind, from the reports that I've heard, Beaver Creek wasn't much of a challenge for them. And so these 2 ball clubs, from what I saw during the preseason, one of them comes in ranked 19th in the state. The other one comes in at 20. So they're very evenly matched, and not, especially on paper.
Yeah.
But I think the Rough Riders, with their speed and quickness, has negated a little bit of the size of the London defense and moved the football. So,
yeah, I think if you're St. Mary's offensively, you want to see some more sustained drives. A lot of their yardage there on that last play was razzle-dazzle.
And I don't think you want to rely on that.
And you can't rely on that. So you need good old-fashioned St. Mary's dive trap sweep to find its way. And certainly the coaches are probably going to go inside and talk about what kind of adjustments they can make. From what I'm seeing, London is sitting heavily on the inside. St. Mary's needs to keep working those toss sweeps to the outside, because they're the only ones that seem to be hitting the outside and catching the edge fast enough. And I think they need to go back to the seam pass a couple times because that was wide open, and Gavin Reineke certainly got the arm to make that throw.
Alrighty, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with more on the Heuer Renovating halftime show when we come back to Bowles Field in London right after this.
American Manufacturing Solutions is proud to invest in St. Mary's and proud to sponsor Rough Rider football. Think AMS, think logistics, done right. AMS is your complete supply chain solutions provider. Have electrical service needs? AMS can take care of that too. Call us at 419-300-1007 or visit us at AmericanMFGSolutions.com.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
You deserve to hear, and those around you deserve to be heard. It's not just about your hearing, it's about your total health. Auglaize Audiology, located at 208 Defiance Street in Wapakoneta and 671 North Vandemark in Sydney. Make your appointment online at auglaizeaudiology.com.
Auglaize Equipment Rental is your source for all your equipment needs. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a project, we can help get the job done more efficiently. Check us out at 1900 Salina Road or auglaizeequipmentrental.com or just call 419-394-7883. Auglaize Equipment Rental.
Alrighty, we welcome you back to Bowles Field in London, Ohio. Joe Hurlbert alongside Zach Farrell. Rider Nation Station bringing you the game between the St. Mary's Rough Riders and the London Red Raiders. And on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, the Red Raiders lead the St. Mary's Rough Riders by a score of 7-3. If you just tuned in, the Red Raiders capitalized on a fumble by Tanner Howe and was able to take it back for about 25 yards in for a touchdown. The ball just popped out of Tanner's hand and right into the hands of the defender, and he took it down the far sideline in for a score. The Rough Riders capitalized and moved the football down and got it to within striking distance, close into the red zone. And Brandon Bowers kicked a 35-yard field goal with a lot of room to spare. He probably could have hit it from about 50. But that's the only scoring that has taken place here in the first quarter. The Rough Riders got inside the red zone late in the first half as they looked like they were about ready to score. Tanner Howell took a sweep from a handoff from Gavin Reineke, swept to the right, got it down to about the 1 yard line, but a holding penalty brought it back, and then the Rough Riders struggled to get the ball into the end zone and wasn't able to capitalize on that. But nonetheless, the very good ball game. But
just haven't been able to
put
it together offensively.
Not yet.
It's not a good sign when the opposing defense has more touchdowns than you do.
Your offense.
But then again, it's not a very good sign when your own defense is the only one that has scored the touchdown.
Exactly.
Either. So both sides offensively are struggling here.
And when you were doing the stats, Zach, I was kind of just looking down here at the lineup. London's offense is 3 players.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
It's the quarterback Combs, it's the running back Antoine Burns, and it's your tight end Isaiah Jones. Other than that, there's nobody involved in this offense.
No, watching the films, the passing game did not bother me too much. But Antoine Burns, if he can get going, as you saw there, he's hard to stop when he gets some open room. So it's a great job adjusting by the St. Mary's defensive coaches and players, able to stop him when he got some momentum early on. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen more Isaiah Jones. I think St. Mary's is definitely running away from him because he's a stud tackling the ball on defense. And I'm a little surprised that they haven't tried to force the ball into his hands more on offense. I think coming out here in the second half, we may see London try some traditional shotgun and look for some quick passes. They ran a couple slants in their scrimmage. They ran some 5-yard stops in their scrimmage, and they were fairly successful. And as we've seen in the previous years, that can sometimes trip up our bend-don't-break defense because we have a lot of single coverage, and it's really hard to guard a slant route or a stop route with single coverage.
You know, another thing to keep in mind too is I think as I was researching London, Isaiah Jones was their quarterback last year.
Right.
So he's moved from the quarterback position to the tight end position. So that means Dylan Combs, basically this is his, I don't know how much he saw last year or in his sophomore year, but really this is his inaugural year at the helm of the London Red Raider offense.
And I think we've seen that. He doesn't look completely comfortable in the pocket, but he certainly looks athletic. They've rolled him out a few times, and he's been able to make smart decisions. And as we've talked about before, you really just want somebody like that, a quarterback starting their first or second time, just not to make mistakes.
Absolutely. Well, the Rough Riders have returned to the playing surface here at Bowles Field. The Red Raiders are doing the same. You've been watching and listening to the Hewer Renovating Halftime Show, brought to you by Hewer Renovating, your residential specialist. Give Craig a call at 419-394-8643 for all your home renovation needs. That's Hewer Renovating in St. Mary's. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with the second half kickoff right after this.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider Athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
Let Prudential Advisors help you tackle your financial challenges. Call Denny Louth, Financial Advisory, and Kelsey Burke, Financial Planner, at 419-394-8879.
St. Mary's Eagles 767 is dedicated to promoting the general welfare of the citizens of St. Mary's by giving special attention to public improvements. They are also committed to helping meet the public needs and all that relates to the betterment, convenience, and comforts of the citizens of St. Mary's. For more information on how you can become a member, call 419-394-3257 or stop in during business hours at 404 East Spring Street in St. Mary's. St. Mary's Eagles, 767. People helping people.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be great for anyone.
Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub has partnered with Rider Nation Station this season so that every Friday night, Guarneri's can be Rough Rider Football Central. Guarneri's will be streaming Rough Rider football live every Friday night at 7, paired with your favorite Rider aid. Make sure to call and make your reservations now to ensure yourself a good seat. Call Guarneri's at 419-394-2244 and make your reservation today.
Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success and supporter of the Rider Nation and St. Mary's community.
Since 1981, Plus One Professionals has serviced St. Mary's and the surrounding area and are ready to meet your real estate needs. They know the real estate market and can help you. Whether you're moving in, moving out, or around the area, Plus One Professionals are ready and eager to help you sell or buy your new home. They operate with the highest level of professionalism, expertise, and honesty as they help make your real estate dream a reality. Call Plus One Professionals at 419-394-7402 in St. Mary's today.
Alrighty, we welcome you back to Bowles Field here in London, Ohio. And of course, when you do live streaming on Rider Nation Station, you have watchers and viewers all over the area, the state, the nation, the world. And we just happen to have a few folks here in London watching tonight's telecast, and we got an update. And as we talked about Dylan Combs, and that Isaiah Jones was the quarterback last year, a gentleman here in London who was watching the telecast made a comment, Zach. Told us this in reference to Dylan Combs.
I guess when we got 597 viewers, we got some London viewers joining us, and we appreciate that. Doug Doggett says Dylan Combs has had a torn ACL the last 2 seasons. This is his first football game in 3 years.
Wow.
That's pretty nice, able to get up to the minute. It's like we have our own sideline
reporters.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know about you, but I know what would happen to me if I would have 2 torn ACLs in 2 years. I think I would question going out to even playing the sport. So hats off to Dylan Combs and what he's been bringing to this program this year. And that's nothing but pure heart and senior leadership from your seniors, and that's what any coach would want.
Absolutely. It always takes heart to come back from an injury. I can't imagine 2 of them 2 years in a row.
Absolutely not.
But what an opportunity now to try to make something of your senior season and thrust into the role of quarterback.
Well, the Rough Riders will kick the football off to start the second half. Again, on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, it's the London Red Raiders 7, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 3. Brandon Bowers will do the kicking off for the Rough Riders. And I believe, I want to say, I can't see the number.
Looks like number 11 again, Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell will be back to return the football for London. And this Rough Rider kickoff is being brought to you by Lori Yelton State Farm Insurance. Be a legend. Insure your life. Stop in and see Lori Yelton State Farm Insurance in St. Mary's. Well, I've always said, Zach, that the maturity and growth between your junior and senior years is quite a bit. And when Brandon Bowers put his foot into that 35-yard field goal after what we have seen him do the 2 previous seasons, he has matured and come along a long way. And I'll be surprised if this one doesn't go out of the end zone.
Yeah, he's really filled his frame out in a very good way. Definitely looks.
And it goes into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and the Red Raiders will start their offense here in the second half at their own 20-yard line.
Well, you
Good
called
kickoff by Brandon Bowers. Well, as he approached, I'm holding my breath. I'm saying, please go into the end zone.
So it'll be interesting to see how both teams offensively adjust at halftime. Not a lot of yardage by either team, not a lot of first downs by either team.
So Dylan Combs will be the quarterback for the London Red Raiders. Behind him will be Antoine Burns. 2 wide outs split out to the left and 1 to the right. And Burns off the right side, and he's met by a host of Rough Rider defenders. Dylan Giesecke gets up. Stosh Patterson is there as well.
Yep, nothing that we didn't see in the first half, just trying to get that running game going again up the middle by Burns out of that pistol formation, which they were pretty successful with in the first half until St. Mary's adjusted and started putting a linebacker right in the middle, which I see 27, Drew Diemeyer back in there again.
Isaiah Jones wide to the left, and the
That's
Rough
a
Riders
sack.
Get to him. Stosh Patterson and Dylan Giesecke have a meeting as they converge on Dylan Combs, and they'll throw him back for a loss. First sack of the ball game.
Nice call by the coaches. Sent the linebacker blitz off the edge, and play action just didn't have any space to develop.
So to bring up third down, and we'll call it 16 yards for the Red Raiders. Ball is placed at their own 14-yard line. Dylan Combs has 2 setbacks to either side. He goes straight back. He's looking for a receiver, and it is
caught,
complete to number 2. That is Jake Payne, a 6', 163-pound junior.
Well, I saw a lot of the quick slants and stops in the film, and there we saw them trying to break that out. Fortunately for the Rough Riders, that was on third down, and they needed 15 or 16 yards, and they only got 10.
Braden Sullivan, Tanner Howell back to receive the Isaiah Jones punt. Not a good punt. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 47, 48-yard line, 50-yard line. Here we come. We're going to march it back. At the 44-yard line, the Rough Riders will have it 1st and 10 on the 44-yard line inside the Red Raiders territory.
I think this is the best field position of the day for St. Mary's starting a drive.
Absolutely.
Time to take advantage of it, Rough Riders.
Gavin Reineke is your quarterback in the backfield, full house backfield. You'll have Mabry, Henshin, and Tanner Howe. Long count by Reineke. He'll give it to Mabry. Colton Mabry to the 40, and he'll dive forward to about the 38, 37-yard line. Good run by the freshman.
Well, I think we see how St. Mary's is going to try to adjust their offense. They're going to put 2 wideouts to take 2 of those men out of the box. They're going to put it in full house, and they're going to look at what the defense is giving them and say, okay, we're going to run a sweep to the left, we're going to sweep to the right, we're going to run a dive up the middle.
Up the middle. And they got his Tanner Howe. Well, I thought I saw the ball kind of bobble a little bit as he was hit. I thought, Dave Javu in the first series.
Nice to run a little trap with Tanner Howe, though.
That'll be third down, and we'll call it 1 for the Rough Riders.
That's a quick player to hit the inside hole.
Nose of the football at the 35-yard line. Full house backfield. Reineke quarterback sneak up the middle. He'll have the first down and more. So they'll move the chains, reset the down marker, and Rough Rider drive continues. The ball will be placed at the London 33-yard line. 8:56 remaining here in the third quarter on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Brandon Bowers will go wide to the right. I believe Ty Keel is to the left. Reineke under center. Full house backfield. He'll turn, pitch it to Howell, and he'll run it to the left side till where he's forced out of bounds. And we've got Stosh Patterson kind of bent over. It's almost like he got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, and they're going to call a hold on Stosh Patterson. He pulled out as a guard for the sweep there and took his man to the ground. I didn't really think he held him. He didn't pull him down. He just kind of drove him into the ground. But unfortunately, we've seen that now called twice. That was re-looked at that play down at the goal line in the second quarter, and that was also Stosh Patterson, similar play. Just got to be careful. They're gonna call that now tonight. So you got to stay a little bit higher on your man, and if he starts to go down, you can't fall him to the ground.
So Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law, penalty. For all your legal needs, see Dave Weilbacher or give him a call. No place to go.
Yeah, that's a kind of a classic St. Mary's play where you're 1st and 23. You spread everybody out. Everybody thinks you're running outside, and you pop a little trap, and you just hope that you can get 10 or 15 yards out of it and catch the defense off guard.
Good job by the London defense up front. Antonio Burns, Thad Huff, Micah Shell. Reineke, 3-step drop, goes up top with the football looking for a Howe. He's
got it. Wow.
What a catch by Tanner Howe.
Tanner Howe. Holy moly, let's watch this replay. Nice three-step drop, and he catches Tanner Howe on the back shoulder. Just a perfect throw.
Perfect throw. Nice catch.
Wow. You can tell they've worked on that in practice, Joe, because he threw that while Tanner Howe was very well covered.
Right. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. Ball will be placed at the Red Raiders 16-yard line. Howell goes off tackle, and he'll gain a couple. I want to remind everybody once again that the replay of this ball game will be aired tomorrow, and we want to thank American Legion Post 323 and St. Mary's for sponsoring our instant replays, or our highlight film, highlight reel, if you will.
Always fun to see the highlights. Unfortunately, didn't see a ton of them in the first half. Hopefully get some more here.
Mabry gets some initial contact at the line of scrimmage. May have picked up a yard or so. Not much. Good job by the Red Raider defense. Here again, the Rough Riders have got to make something happen. They're in the red zone again.
I think that was actually Tanner Howe running that.
Was it Tanner? Okay.
Yeah. Hard to see.
Ryan Meyer checks in with the offensive play from head coach Bo Fry in his first year at the helm of the St. Mary's Rough Riders.
Wide open, Tanner Howe. Oh, unable to.
Reineke pulls it down. You see the inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. It's going to be a first down.
Great decision and great vision by Gavin Reineke to cut back there. Had Tanner Howe open for a split second and it closed really quick, the window.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the Red Raider 5-yard line. The Rough Riders have been here before. Quarterback sneak right up the middle. Gavin Reineke gets about almost at least 4 of the 5 needed.
London sending in their big squad, heavy squad.
Goal line defense enters for the Red Raiders. Here comes Aiden Hinkle into the ball game, and Colton Mabry will head to the sideline. Gavin Reineke gets the play from the coaching staff.
Well, we saw this last year a lot.
Ball is placed at the 2-yard line.
Aiden Hinkle comes in and grabs a touchdown from 2 or 3 yards out.
Reineke up the middle.
He's close.
I think he's going to be short. Well, the Rough Riders, in all honesty, have 2 more shots at it here.
Right.
Gee whiz, here comes big number 77
wow.
for the Red Raiders. Who is that and how big is he?
That is Alante Houston, junior, 6'5", 281 pounds.
He's going to be right in the middle. He's going to line up right over Chase Jacobs.
I can remember one player for Elida my senior year that came close to that size. Reineke's pushed left side. He's in the end zone. They just got to call it.
We're waiting for the official signal. Touchdown Rough Riders. From 1 yard out, Gavin Reineke on the quarterback sneak. And the Rough Riders lead on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, 9-7, with the point after touchdown coming off the foot of Brandon Bowers and out of the hold of Gavin Reineke. This is big. Anytime you put points on the board is big. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining here in the third quarter on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, it's the St. Mary's Rough Riders 10, the London Red Raiders 7. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the Rough Rider kickoff right after this.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto.
This Rough Rider Kickoff is being brought to you by Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance in St. Mary's. Good kick by Brandon Bowers. Good return by the London Red Raiders.
Number 11 again, Elijah Mitchell.
Here's our question for our Rough Rider Trivia. How many Western Buckeye League championships have the Rough Riders won? Zach has looked over all the entries, and we thank everybody who posted their entry. But Zach has come up with a winner.
Yeah, I think we had 22 or 23 correct answers on both our Facebook and YouTube, and randomly picked, and Mark Shamp had the correct answer randomly picked. That was 25.
The Rough Riders have won 25 Western Buckeye League championships, 18 as solo champions, champs outright, 7 as co-championship over the course of 84 seasons.
Amazing.
We've got a whistle on the before the snap. So congratulations to Mark Shamp, and he is the winner of a 2-topping large pizza from Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back as we got timeout on the field with the score of the Rough Riders 10, the Red Raiders 7. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today.
Rider Rooters.
Alrighty, we're back at Bowles Field here in London, Ohio.
Power I.
Nice run there by Antoine Burns of the London Red Raiders. We'll give him a gain of about 7 on the play. The Rough Riders lead on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard 10-7 thanks to a 2-yard quarterback sneak by Gavin Reinecke. The point after touchdown by Brandon Bowers was good.
London trying the power I here. 3 running backs behind the quarterback, and just going to try to run it down St. Mary's throat. Try to get a few yards here.
Combs will give it to Burns. Nice pursuit by the Rough Rider defense. And on the tackle is Jace Schaefer. Said Ty Keel's in there. I also see number 87 for the Rough Riders. That's Carter Sharp. Dylan Giesecke in on that left side at defensive end. So it'll bring up, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. Burns' carry picked up a first down, so they have a fresh set of downs.
That big 77 we saw on defense on the goal lines in there at tackle, right tackle, Monte Houston.
We got movement on the right side by Isaiah Jones, so that's going to cost the Red Raiders 5 times. That's a Dave Weilbacher attorney at law penalty. For all your legal needs, see Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law, at 216-225-9181. Give him a call.
That was a potentially huge penalty there because London definitely had some momentum coming.
Red Raiders trying to beef up their offensive line, and they're just going to try to play smash mouth football with the Rough Rider defense. So it'll be 1st down and 15. The ball is placed at the Red Raider 24-yard line. Dylan Combs under center. Goes back to pass, looks for a receiver. Down the middle, nice catch by Jones. Brandon Bowers was in on the coverage, but a nice catch by Isaiah Jones.
Not bad coverage, just a quarterback made a great play, and when you got a big target like Isaiah Jones with great hands, not too hard when you can put it out there in front of him.
So to give the Red Raiders a first down at their own 47-yard line. Clock is stopped. 2:31 remaining here in the third quarter on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Antoine Burns off the right side. He'll get about 3 yards. We'll call it second down and 7.
London looking very Wisconsin-esque with their red and white uniforms and power I formations. Good job by St. Mary's defense, though, stepping up and figuring out how to stop that run. Now they need to just make sure they don't get caught over the top.
It'll actually be second down and 8. Balls placed at the Red Raider 49-yard line. Combs under center. Oh, and he got a cutback run by Burns, and he's tackled at the 41-yard line.
Excellent. Excellent effort and vision by Burns. Had him really bottled up. Some bad tackling back there, but excellent running by Burns to see the cutback. We've definitely seen the Rough Riders use the cutback a few times over the years.
Fowler TV Instant Replay. We want to thank those folks for bringing the Instant Replay to you all season long. So it'll be first and 10 for the Red Raiders. The ball will be placed at the St. Mary's 41-yard line. Dylan Combs, your quarterback, under center. I formation in the backfield. He'll turn. He'll give it to Burns. He'll go straight up the gut, but he'll pick up good yardage. Give him a gain of about 5 on the play. Give him a gain of 4. We'll call it second down and 6. And again, they're running behind the big guy, number 77 up front, 281 pounds.
Absolutely. And also Isaiah Jones on that right side. Indiana commit. Senior, 6'3", 220 pounds. '77 is actually lined up at guard. I stand corrected. Thought it was at tackle.
Combs pulls it down. Giesege's got him and brings him down. We got a flag on the play. We'll see what this is all about.
Great job by Giesege getting off a block, turning around, and tracking down the quarterback. Watch number 2 here. As the quarterback runs out, Giesege gets pushed.
Spin move.
Spin move. Bam.
Got him. We got a hold on the Red Raiders, number 77.
That's at Alante Houston at guard.
It's another Dave Weilbacher Attorney at Law penalty, brought to you by Dave Weilbacher Attorney at Law. For all your legal needs, see Dave Weilbacher. Give him a call at 216-225-9181. You would think that by now I'd have this phone number memorized, but I don't, as many times as I've mentioned it throughout the course of the ball game.
Hey, Joe, it's first game of the season.
I'll get it by about game 9. That's the end of the third quarter with the score on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. The St. Mary's Rough Riders lead 10-7 over the London Red Raiders. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the final quarter right after this.
Is proud to be a sponsor of tonight's game. Rider Rooters, for over 40 years, has helped provide financial support to our athletic teams. Now it's your turn to help Rider Rooters. There are several leadership positions open that need filled immediately. If this message is speaking to you, please contact Athletic Director Jim Holman at 419-394-4312.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
Specklin Automotive, with stores in St. Mary's and Wapakoneta, is your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Family run since 1960, Specklin Automotive upholds the tradition of blending old-fashioned customer service with modern technology that the customers expect and deserve.
Back at Ballas Field for the final 12 minutes of this contest. The Rough Riders lead 12-0. The Red Raiders have the football and are on the move. Long pass
wide
downfield
open.
and all alone
Wow.
was number 2, Jake Payne. And
Ty Keel and Brandon Bowers are standing over there pointing, saying,
it was your guy.
Yeah.
No, it was not. It was your guy. No, it's not your guy. It wasn't my guy. It was your guy. Well, they better get it figured out because that was 6 if it was connected.
right. They both played the flat, and
Oh, yeah.
don't need 2 people in the flat when you got a guy running down the sideline.
So it'll be 3rd down. We'll call it 15 for the Red Raiders. Dylan Combs in the gun. Burns behind him. He'll drop step. He'll throw it out to number 11. And that is
Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell on the reception. It's going to be short of a first down. That'll bring up 4th and about 8.
Excellent tackle there in the open field by Ty Keel. See here in the replay, great pass catch, but Ty Keel is right there to prevent any kind of yards after catch. That makes it a pretty tough 4th and 8 here. But
Red Raiders are going to go for it.
Yep.
Big call by Kyle Cutler, the head coach of the London Red Raiders. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. Combs drops straight back. And he's going to go deep. He's letting it rip. He's overthrown the receiver. Pass was intended for number 19. That was Tim Siegel. And the Red Raiders will turn the football over on downs as long as there's no penalty on the play. Do you see a penalty? Looks like the officials are gathered at about the 45-yard line.
I don't see any.
They're in discussion right now. I see no flag on the field. Oh, it's way over on the 40-yard line.
Okay.
This will be interesting.
If that's defensive holding, it should still be a turnover on downs.
The Rough Rider offense is making their way to the field. The Red Raider defense is going to the field. So whatever the call is, if it's against the Rough Riders, like Zach said, on defensive holding, it's still not enough to give the Red Raiders a first down.
We'll listen here.
We haven't heard him all night. What makes me think we're going to hear him now?
That's right. Well, I tell you what. While he's while the Zebras are trying to figure this out, we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about Friday, October 8th. That's the Elida game. St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is sponsoring a chicken dinner, $8 a ticket, and pre-sale only. You can pick your dinner up at Memorial High School Friday, October 8th from 4 to 6. Tickets available from any FFA member, Minster Bank, and Effie's. Also, there'll be a mega raffle for the alumni.
It's a false start on the Red Raiders, so they're going to move the ball back 5 yards, and it'll be 4th down and a bunch for the Red Raiders.
So because it's a false start, the play didn't happen, so St. Mary's can't decline it.
Right.
It's has to be do over the play, and London's going to go for it again.
So it's 4th down and about 16 yards for the Red Raiders to pick up a first down. Just beat the time. Wait a minute. They might not have got it off in time.
Timeout.
Timeout. Red Raiders. 11:02 remaining here in the ball game. 10-7 Rough Riders on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Okay. Shop Speckman Automotive.
Unique Awards and Signs, here to take care of your signage, graphic award, and gift customization needs. From banners for your graduate or corporate sponsors to awards recognizing those dedicated employees or champion sport teams. Stop in at 1865 Salina Road or call us at 419-394-1612.
VFW 9289's mission is to honor all veterans, past, present, and future. Come on out on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider football. VFW 9289, a proud sponsor of Rider Nation Station.
Vogel's Bake Shop, making thousands of fresh donuts daily, open 7 days a week with stores in St. Mary's, Salina, and Walpock. Also now found in Wagner.
Isaiah Jones to punt for the Red Raiders. The ball will go to Braden Sullivan. Sullivan up the left side to the 30-yard line. They'll get to about the 32, 33-yard line where the Rough Riders will have the ball 1st and 10. 10:50 remaining in the football contest here at Bowles Field in London. We want to remind our viewers that last year was such a messed up year as far as what we were able to do, what we weren't able to bring to folks via live stream or whatever the case may be. For what we know right now, we will definitely be bringing you all 5 home games for the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Away games will depend on whether or not we are able to get in. So it's going to depend on if there's another TV station that happens to be at an away game, like, for example, a Walpock or Salina. But right now, you'll just have to stay tuned to Rider Nation Station, and if you subscribe to Rider Nation Station, you will get notifications as to what games we are doing and when. And, of course, like I said, we will be doing all home games for the St. Mary's Rough Riders, and then you'll just have to see where we're at as far as on the road. Counter back is going nowhere.
St. Mary's very fortunate that was not a fumble in the backfield.
The Rough Riders can ill afford to give the football away right here at all.
Number 54 from London, Thad Huff, was in the backfield right now on that. Yeah, Joe, to go back to the broadcast, I think it's important, though, we also say we'll have live audio no matter what for all games except for OG. I think we know already we can't go to OG. All the other games we should have live audio. All the home games will have live audio and video. And if we have live audio, most likely we'll have a tape delay video 1 or 2 days later.
We've got a timeout on the field called by the St. Mary's Rough Riders with 9:35 remaining here in the football contest on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Riders lead 10-7. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
W9289's mission is to honor all veterans, past, present, and future. Come on out on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider football. VFW 9289, a proud sponsor of Rider Nation Station.
Vogel's Bake Shop, making thousands of fresh donuts daily, open 7 days a week with stores in St. Mary's, Salina, and Walpock. Also now found in Wagner's IGA in New Bremen, Minster, and Fort Laramie.
Alrighty, we welcome you back to Bowles Field here in London, Ohio, as the moon is out and shining brightly above the stadium.
So officially, the Friday night lights are out.
Absolutely. So it'll be 3rd down, and we're going to call it 10 for the Rough Riders. They need to pick up a 1st down here, or they're going to have to punt the football away and possibly give London good field position to start their drive. So big play for the Rough Riders here. Reinecke is going to throw it back and throws it to nobody. Pass was intended for Tanner Howell.
Looking at the throwback, wide open earlier in the game, we saw that, but well covered that time. And that's going to bring up a punt for St. Mary's. And London's going to have an opportunity here with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left.
We've seen Brandon Bowers over the years put a good boot to one occasionally, and we'll see if he's got it right now. Nope, he shanks that one. That's going to hit at about the 44-yard line and go out of bounds, so not a real good punt by Brandon Bowers. So the Red Raiders will have the football with 9:24 remaining in the football contest, trailing 10-7. The ball will be placed at their own 41-yard line, I believe, or 40-yard line. There you see the time on your screen. Ball will be placed at the Red Raider 41-yard line. Got a receiver wide to the right and a receiver wide to the left. Dylan Combs in the shotgun formation with Burns behind him. Give the ball to Burns. He breaks through the line, breaks a tackle, picks up about 9 yards, 8 yards on the play.
Well, head coach Bo Fry is going to have to ask on his defense to come up one more time here. Maybe another time after that, but
we'll call it 2nd down and 2. The ball will be placed at the Red Raider 49-yard line.
Can't give up a touchdown and really don't want to get them in field goal range.
Dylan Combs in the gun. He's looking downfield. He's being pressured by the Rough Riders, and he throws it out of bounds. Pass was intended for Jake Payne, but there was no way he was going to get that one. So it'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 2 for the Red Raiders.
16, Isaiah Jones back into the ball game. Definitely something to look for when you need a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. Truthfully, I think they'll probably hand it off to Burns, though.
Combs, the 5'11" senior quarterback, calls the signals, give the ball to Burns, and second effort's going to get him the 1st down and more. And he's in the open. He's to the 30-yard line. Ty Keel.
Ball's
and he gets it all the way down to the 10-yard line before he is brought down.
Well, the defense had him bottled up behind the line. 1, 2, 3 missed tackles right there. Just kind of unexcusable for to have him that kind of dead to rights and let him go.
Then Ty Keel gets him at about the 15-yard line, and he drags him down to about the 10. Burns again, bounces to the outside. The Rough Rider defense is there. We said in our pregame show that he is pretty low, built to the ground, and I'll tell you what, he's got a good center of gravity, and he's tough to bring down once he gets going.
Yeah, you're not going to arm tackle him.
No, absolutely. He's got good leg strength. Clock continues to run. 7:50 remaining here in the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Ball is on the 8-yard line. Combs give the ball to Burns, and he is brought down by number 50. That's Cheney. Excuse me. That's
Braxton King.
Braxton King.
Excellent job.
Good job by the 6', 235-pound junior, Braxton King. That was big.
Yes.
That was real big. There's a loss of 2. So it'll bring up 3rd and goal at the Rough Rider 10-yard line. Obviously, the Red Raiders are in 4 down territory. Dylan Combs. Antoine Burns in the backfield, the lone setback. He's going to pull it down. He's got pressure on by the Riders. And they got him. Good job by number 27. That's Drew Dameyer. What a big play by the senior linebacker, Drew Dameyer.
Called his number a couple times tonight. He's really stepped up, and it's not a name that we called a lot last year, Joe. So.
Absolutely not. But that will definitely make the American Legion Post 323 video highlight reel for sure. Now they're going to try a field goal.
Well, look how big that sack was, because that that was an easy field goal.
Absolutely. Ryan Fulmer will attempt, and they're going to put the ball down at the 32-yard line. This is a 42-yard attempt. The snap. There's the hold. The kick is up, and the kick is going to be well short. So the Rough Riders defense has held. 6 minutes remaining here in the football contest. The Rough Riders lead 10-7. That was a big defensive stand.
Absolutely. Ball on the, 5-yard line. Couple tackles for loss and
and it ended up on the 10,
sack.
and then out big sack. Good job by the Rough Rider defense, the bend but not break defense. That was big. So now the Rough Riders have got to put something together of their own, chew up some time, and move the ball down the field.
Well, I said it a couple times, but it'd be a really nice time for a classic Rough Rider drive.
Absolutely.
eat up 6 minutes.
Chase Jacobs out over the football, the 5'11", 235-pound senior, second team All-Western Buckeye League selection of a year ago. Ross Henshin on the carry. Tell you, we haven't been able to get Ross loose, but once he breaks that initial line and he gets into the secondary, he's got some speed.
Yeah, really looking for him to have sort of a breakout year. I mean, he's always been steady and strong and kind of a staple of this offense, but you wonder if this is his senior year, if he can really take it to a next level. It's a hard defensive line tonight, though, to run up the middle.
Oh, absolutely. Full house in the backfield. Give the ball to Howe. He's going to be thrown for a loss. So that's a 5-yard loss.
Number 12, Richard Dotson Jr. It's a 6-foot, 181-pound senior.
I think we got a timeout on the field.
Nope, we got a clip called.
We got another penalty on the play. Dave Weilbacher penalty. Give Dave a call at 216-225-9181. Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law, our penalty sponsor throughout the year. So we got a block below the waist. Are they moving it? Block below the waist on the Rough Riders, number 55, Chase Jacobs. And it'll be tacked on at the spot of the foul, or where Tanner Howe was tackled. They don't know.
Should be at the spot of the foul. But it'll be a redo of second down then. I thought there's an opportunity maybe for London to decline that, because that would bring up about 3rd and 15. Now it's, 2nd and 20.
This is big. Bring up 2nd down and 20 for the Rough Riders. Riders has a receiver far to the left. Counter back. Tanner Howe on the carry, picks up maybe a couple. So it'll bring up 3rd down at about 18 for the Rough Riders. We'll see what head coach Bo Fry has in his playbook.
Meanwhile, the good news is the clock continues to tick.
Yep. We're down to 4:32 on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. It's been a hard-fought ball game from Bowless Field here in London. Reinecke up the middle. I believe it was Tanner Howe on the carry.
Yep, sure was. Real close to breaking that for a pretty long trap. Not a bad play call there. I think coach is probably looking just to try to keep the clock moving and get a little bit of extra space for your punter here.
Bring up 4th and 14 for the Rough Riders. Brandon Bowers in to do the punting for the Rough Riders. Let's see if he can get his foot into one.
A little surprised that London's not coming for a block here.
Nice snap. Punt is up. High
Good punt.
Caught by Burns.
Fumble.
By Burns, and they've got him. The bobbled punt, he put it on the ground, and that gave the Rough Rider special teams just enough time to cover him up. So no return.
Pretty good field position, though, for London. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left from the 47-yard line. 40.
Well, it's up to the defense again. They've come up big the last couple of possessions. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Red Raiders. Ball is at their own 48-yard line. 3:23 remaining. Combs goes back with the pass and throws it to number 15.
Zach Jones, the sophomore, 6 foot, 185 pound.
Now they're bringing it back. So we've got a Dave Weilbacher penalty on the play. Brought to you by Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law. For all your legal needs, see Dave Weilbacher at 216-225-9181.
Holding called on London.
Wow.
That's a devastating call.
They've had a tendency to shoot themselves in the foot from time to time, too.
Yes. Took themselves out of field goal position,
So
really.
it'll be first and 24. Combs flushed out of the pocket, goes to the right, and the pass is
intercepted. Nope. Caught.
Caught by number 2. That is Jake Payne. Nice catch.
Absolutely. Clock keeps rolling, though. London trying to speed up a little bit here.
Second down and 17. Ball is placed at the Red Raider 41-yard line. Clock is moving. 2:35 and counting.
Only one timeout remaining for London, 2 for St. Mary's.
Jake Payne goes wide to the left. Combs flushed out of the pocket. Here comes the Rough Rider defense, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. One of the coaches happened to snag that one, and boy, they're all pumped up.
Woo! I think that might have been Nicky Hale, defensive coordinator. Head coach Bo Fry runs over, says, playing like it's 2004 over there on the sidelines.
Clock is stopped at 2:19 remaining. It'll bring up third down and 17 for the Red Raiders. Jake Payne will go wide to the left. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. We got a man in motion.
It's Isaiah
Combs.
Jones. Yeah.
And the pass is intended for number 15.
Zach Jones.
Zach Jones, and it's incomplete, so that'll bring up fourth down.
I said Jones. I thought it was the other Jones, but I was right anyway. That's kind of nice. Excellent coverage there.
Yes.
Good pressure, and
even if he would have caught it, he wasn't going to get much.
No.
Good defense there by the Rough Rider secondary.
Yeah, you almost wanted him to catch it, really. Keep the clock moving.
Saw the time there on your screen, 2:15 remaining. This is fourth down and 17. Rough Riders defensive line still has to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and the defensive backs cannot allow them to get behind them. Here comes the pressure, and
down the middle.
And it is incomplete. Pass was intended for Jones, number 15. Now what are we doing?
Hopefully not roughing the passer. No, illegal man downfield.
All right, that will
be a decline.
It will be declined. The Rough Riders will have the football. It'll be at the Red Raider 41-yard line with 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining.
Only one timeout remaining for London, so
Rough Riders have 2 timeouts remaining.
Rough Riders really should be able to put this pretty much to bed here with the first down.
Chase Jacobs out over the football. Gavin Reinecke under center. Give the ball up the middle.
I think that was Henchen, number 20.
Ross Henchen on the carry. Yep. And we'll give him a gain of about 4 on the play. We'll call it second down and 6. 1:50 remaining in the football contest.
Coach Beaufry taking his time on the sidelines.
Letting the play clock run down. Play clock's at 12 seconds.
Minute 30 left.
Rough Riders hustle with the line of scrimmage. Full house in the backfield. Reinecke turn. Give the ball to Henchen. And he's not going to get much. He's not going to get much. The only thing it's going to, well, the clock is stopped now because I think London has called a timeout.
Yep.
So with a minute 17 remaining on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, Riders lead 10-7. Back right after this.
American Manufacturing Solutions is proud to invest in St. Mary's and proud to sponsor Rough Rider football. Think AMS, think logistics, done right. AMS is your complete supply chain solutions provider. Have electrical service needs? AMS can take care of that too. Call us at 419-300-1007 or visit us at AmericanMFGSolutions.com.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Alrighty, back to live action here at Bowless Field.
That's a first down.
Rough Riders get a first down, so that should just about do it.
That should do it.
But we need to thank a lot of people that's made this broadcast, this telecast possible. Zach, who we got to thank?
I want to thank first the staff and help here at London. Jim Wolverton, the athletic director, and his IT guys were huge helps before the broadcast tonight and during the week, helping us. Got some nice refreshments and sweet and spicy chicken here in the press box. We always appreciate that. It's in those bags there, Joe.
Somebody hid it from me. That's what happened.
That's right. I want to give a shout out to also to our whole crew. Doug Spencer, Rich Spencer, David Weilbacher, Mark Huber, Andrea Spencer, and Lucy Spencer helping us out here tonight. And most of all, of course, to all of our viewers all over the country, all over the world. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and follow us.
Congratulations to Mark Shamp. He was the winner of our Rough Rider Trivia Contest. We thank all of our sponsors tonight. Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law, American Manufacturing Solutions. There's some of the people that bring some of the special items, the kickoff and kickoff return by Laura Yelton with State Farm Insurance. And that's going to be it. As the clock winds out, the Rough Riders will start the 2021 season off on a good note as they are 10-7 winners over the London Red Raiders. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with more as we continue here from Bowless Field in London. We'll do that. We'll have our final stats brought to you by Hewer Renovating. We'll do that and more right after this.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
You deserve it.
We're back at Bowless Field here in London, Ohio, where the Rough Riders win 10-7. It was a hard-fought ball game, offensively and defensively. I think both of these coaching and their staffs are going to go back and they're going to look at the game film and they're going to say, we need to improve here, we can improve here, we can do better here, and do better there. So I'm pretty sure that you're going to see much improvement from both squads between this game and game 2. We're just going to have to wait and see. Of course, we'll be there next week at home as the St. Mary's Rough Riders host the Defiance Bulldogs as they come to town. Rider Nation Station will be there to bring it for you. It's time now for our Hewer Renovating post-game show, brought to you by Hewer Renovating, your residential specialist. Give Craig a call at 419-394-8643 for all your home renovation needs. See you, Coach.
Interesting sight as we have Doug Fry up here in the box. You know, he's a volunteer coach. He told me before the game this was the first time that he's been in a box for a game since 1984. So he's getting his.
He probably had to have a tour.
But he definitely wanted to be able to help the team out, and they thought that the best way was up here in the box, and made it pay dividends tonight on that touchdown drive. Well, looking over the stats a little bit between St. Mary's and London. First downs, St. Mary's had 10, London had 8. Total yards, St. Mary's 190, London 166. Passing, St. Mary's was 3 for 9, London 6 for 15. St. Mary's had 64 total yards passing, and London had 46. Rushing, St. Mary's had 45 attempts for 126 yards, 28 attempts for London for 120 yards. Fumbles, good for St. Mary's, stayed just to 1 fumble for the game, didn't have another turnover in the second half for either team. And penalties, unfortunately, that's going to be one area that Coach Bo Fry is going to have to address over this week for Defiance this upcoming week. Penalties, 6 penalties for 68 yards, and almost as bad for London, 6 penalties, 53 yards. Third down conversions, St. Mary's really put it together in the second half, 5 for 13 for the game. London finished just 2 for 10 and third down conversions. Punts for St. Mary's is a big part of field position and the defense on both sides coming up strong. 5 punts for 183 yards for St. Mary's, 5 punts and 167 yards for London. Average drive start for St. Mary's 36, and average drive start for London 31. Time of possession almost equal. St. Mary's 21 minutes, London 24 minutes. Gavin Reineke was 2 for 7 for 33 yards. Tanner Howell 1 for 2 for 31 yards. Rushing, Tanner Howell 15 rushes for 31 yards. Ross Henson 11 rushes for 34 yards. And Colton Mabry 9 rushes for 43 yards. That was an average of 4.8 for the freshman. Very excited to see what the future has in store for him this season. Receiving, Tanner Howell two catches, thrown 3 times for 33 yards. Looking a little bit at London, Dylan Combs 6 completions on 15 attempts for 46 yards. Antoine Burns, 20 rushes for 134 yards. Excellent night for Antoine Burns. Really, really impressive running back. I think he's going to have a big season in this conference. Receiving, Isaiah Jones, 3 catches for 23 yards. Jake Payne, 2 catches for 16 yards. Elijah Mitchell, 1 catch for 7 yards. That's the top 3. Joe, I think you hit it on the head earlier when you talked about this being the 19th and 20th ranked teams in the state of Ohio for this division. I think they played like it tonight.
Yeah, pretty evenly matched, don't you think?
Right, absolutely. I think, like you said, we say sometimes when we have this offensive battle that whoever gets the ball last is going to win. And tonight it kind of seemed like whoever could get that one score in the second half was going to win because the defenses were so strong tonight.
Absolutely. Well, you've been watching the Hewer Renovating postgame show brought to you by our friends at Hewer Renovating, your residential specialist. Call 419-394-8643 for all your home renovation needs. That's Hewer Renovating in St. Mary's. We're going to take one final break. We're going to come back and wrap things up from Bowles Field in London, Ohio, right after this.
Here. And those around you deserve to be heard. It's not just about your hearing, it's about your total health. All Glaze Audiology, located at 208 Defiance Street in Wapakoneta and 671 North Vandemark in Sydney. Make your appointment online at allglazeaudiology.com.
All Glaze Equipment Rental is your source for all your equipment needs. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a project, we can help get the job done more efficiently. Check us out at 1900 Salina Road or AuglaiseEquipmentRental.com or just call 419-394-7883. Auglaise Equipment Rental.
Zach Farrell, and you mentioned during the break this is Bo Fry's first win as a head coach, and now what we're going to do is we're going to get these buttons that says I saw Bo Fry's first varsity win as a head coach, 2021. So hopefully this is the beginning of a long winning career for Bo Fry. But we talked about it. The Rough Riders have got the things they got to go back and clean up. The London defense, they were tough. They were tough to move the ball against.
It's a kind of amazing to think that this same team scored 56 points against Beaver Creek last week, because London's defense just absolutely shut down the rushing game tonight. If not for the kind of razzle dazzle there at the end of the second quarter with the polecat and a couple other relatively trick plays that St. Mary's has gotten very good at, really would have had even less yardage, total yardage. So. Yeah, definitely a lot of room to work on for that offense. But you got to remember that you're playing one of the very good teams in the state here in London. This team's going to be a playoff team, I think.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for Rider Nation Station here at Bowles Field in London, Ohio. For our entire Rider Nation Station crew and Zach Farrell, I'm Joe Hurlbert. Once again, our final score, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 10, the London Red Raiders 7. Join us again next Friday night as we bring you the Rough Riders home opener against the Defiance Bulldogs at St. Mary's. We'll be there to bring it for you at approximately 6:50 on Rider Nation Station. We want to thank you for watching and joining and responding. Pass it along to your friends. Until next week, we'll see you then. So long, everyone.